Welcome back to Cami Designs, and today we are going to be doing video 8, and this is going to show duplicate stitches. And when I say duplicate stitches, I mean I'm going to be stitching over my stitches I have here. So to do this, I need some kind of yarn needle. I prefer metal, but there are plastic ones available. And then you need some different color yarn. So I'm going to just do blue, but you can do any color. I just figured blue might show up a little better. And then what I want to do is I want to just cut some thread here and weave it into my needle. Now when I do duplicate stitches, I'm not doubling the yarn up. I'm just going to have the one thread here. And the stitch that I'm going to do is 20, 23, and it's worked over 22 stitches. I have it going both ways because depending on which side you want to start at. And then it's over 7 rows. And I have a total of 32 stitches across, and this is 22, so I know I'm going to have 5 stitches on each side. And I've already went ahead and marked off my 5 stitches on both ends. So in between these 2 stitch markers is my 22 stitches. And you can also center it this way if you'd like. And this is just the stockinette square. So it's just plain. You could put initials for the baby on here. You could, I'm just doing 2023 because it's almost next year. But you can do all kinds of things. You can do date of birth, you can put who it's from, the initials, the name, anything like that. But I just write it out on graph paper, figure it all out how I want to do it, and then I will show you how we get started. Okay, and I'm going to start right here, this one right next to it. So let me zoom in here. So what I want to do is I want to go through these V's. You can see the V here. So I want to start at the bottom of this V. And I pull my yarn through enough where I leave enough to weave in. And then I want to go above this V here. So above this V, right here, and go through this right here, like that. And then pull my yarn here. And then I want to go back into that where I started, the bottom of the V. And then I want to pull my yarn again. And you can work with any size length of yarn here. I just pull a lot because I know I'm going to be doing a lot. And you can pull it tight a little bit. And there you have a V worked. So now I'm going to say that is that one here. So now I want to go, I don't want to do the one above it, I want to do this one right here. So I stick my needle, because I don't want to work in this one here, I want to work into the one above it. So in goes my needle here. And then I want to go through this V here and pull. And then I want to go back into where I started. Pull it tight. Okay. And so that was these 2 stitches. Now I want to go into the next 2 next to it. So I want to go into the same one even with this one here. So right across from that one, pull my yarn here. Do just like I did the last one. Pull a little tight, go back in, And pull it, pull it, pull it. There we go. And then I want to do one more next to it. The hardest thing for me doing duplicate stitches was first seeing the V's. But once you get going, they actually stand out a little better. Okay, and then go in like that. And now I've worked across the top of my 2. Now I'm going to get this yarn out of the way. I'm going to pull my thread a little bit down farther. Okay, so now I want to go down. So now I'm going to have to go down and work these 2 down. Okay, so what I want to do is I went into this one before, so now I'm just going to go down one farther. And then I want to go under the one I just worked. And pull it tight. And then go into where I started here. Just like that. And I want to go down one more. And pull it. And then the one I just worked. And then where I started. Yep. So there we go. Now I want to go back to this one. So what I do is I see that there's going to be a gap here, a 2. So for me, it's easier to count 1, 2. So I know I'm going to have to work in this one here. So I'll just put my needle right in that one. Go up to this one here. Pull my yarn. And then yarn it. Just like that. And now, let me tighten it up a little bit here. And now you can see that I have 2 V's in between, just like I have on my chart here. And now this next one will have 3 spaces down. So I count down 1, 2, 3. So I need to be in this one here. And then go across my top 2, and then down where I started. Okay. And now, going back to my thing, and now I'm 3 down from this one here. So, I count down 1, 2, 3 V's, so I'm going to have to be into this one right here. And across these ones here. And then down to where I started. Okay. And now I want to go down 1 more here and then do 4 across and have 3 more across. So I just want to go down 1 across here like this, and then back where I started, just like that. And this blue doesn't show up the greatest, but this is like a baby blue. So that's why I used it. Now this one here, I want to make sure there's 1 gap between, and it's right next to my other one. And so I want to go through that one. Like that. And I want to go right next to it again. And this should have 2 stitches, a 2-stitch gap. That, and then 1 more. right across here. Okay, and now I'm done with that first two. Now, you can either, see I have this length of yarn here that I'll have to weave in, and I can cut a length of yarn here and let it hang and weave it in, or because it's just a small gap, I can go over. So I count 2 stitches, 1, 2, and I want to be in that same row as this one here. So I just counted over 2 stitches, and I'll show you here. Oops, don't want to go, there we go. Okay, and you can see, as my other yarn has gotten in here, it's not that big of a gap here, a big of a run. But if I was like going over here, I'd want to cut it. And it's in the same row. So I can either just, now I can work across and then up and around and over, or I can work up, across, over, and then skip and go to start this one. It's up to you what you want to do. It's just whatever feels comfortable. Now I will show you if you make a mistake. So say I accidentally go over here and I do the whole stitch before I realize that I stitched in the wrong one. So if that's the case, what I do is I just take my needle off my work, or off my yarn, and I will pull, I'll just put my needle just under that string here. So I can pull it up, and you can pull it with your fingers if you want, or the needle. You can just pull it right out. And then I pulled it a little too tight here. So loosen that up a little bit. And then I want to go to the back, and I can pull it through my back here. And then I pulled this a little too tight, so I just want to loosen this V up here. And then I'll just pull it a little snug. There we go. And it's back to normal. And you can just rub it and the stitches will lay it back in place. And then I can just put my yarn back on my needle. And a trick I seen was folding the yarn before you put it back through here is a lot easier than trying to feed this end and have it come unwound. So then I can just work my way up if I want. And this way I'm going between the one I previously worked. So this one, I will go between these 2 stitches here. And then go up 1. And then in. Just like that. And this is a nice way to just make it personal. And I think it turns out nice. So I will zoom out here. And I'll leave this on here. So if you want to copy this, if you'd like to put that on there, or what I do is I just get this graph paper. I got this at Walmart, so you can really find it a lot of places. And see, I'm not really centering this, but you could even go sideways with it. I just like to write it out first so I can follow a chart. So this was Simple Squares Baby Blanket, and this is Duplicate Stitches. This is video 8. And that's it for today. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe and share it. And if you are interested in learning how to crochet in left-handed, check out my other videos, because I try to release a left-handed crochet video every week and a knit video every week. If you have any questions or comments about this, please leave them below. I read all of them. And I've recently got a comment that people like to see the actual pattern row out. So I'll start doing that again, for those of you who want that. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye!